Hello and welcome back in the kitchen. You're cooking with Quilla on Team McClary Cooks. So today we are making a simple baby back rib dinner. We are going to have rice, sweet peas, and the baby back ribs itself. You guys see the seasonings here that I have. This is what I'll be using, so stay tuned for what I do next. The first thing we're going to get started on, you guys, is cutting up this onion. After we cut up this onion, we're going to sit it in the bowl that I have next to my chopping block here. Okay, I'm going to take this and put it around and under the ribs when I cook them. Okay. You don't have to be fancy when you slice them. We're just going to chop them up like so. Just a disclaimer, my nephew is in the background, so if he's crying, you guys, it's life. He's a baby, okay? They're going to do what they want to do at 1 year old. Alright, I have the onions chopped just the way I want to, in little strips. Okay. And like I said, we're going to sit them in this bowl here until we are ready to wrap our ribs. Now that we have all of our onions moved, we are going to work on our ribs here. I have already cleaned it, patted it dry, and taken off the membrane on the back of the ribs. First thing we're going to go in with is some black pepper. I should have added my oil first, but guess what? I'll add it right after this. Alright, we got that black pepper on there. Then we're going to go in with some olive oil. Let me know how you guys cook your ribs. Do you use oil to base your ribs, or you just go ahead and season it and rub it in? Alright, after the black pepper, I'm going in with the Tony Chachere's Bold Creole seasoning. Makes a great seasoning for ribs. On top of that, I'm going to go in with the Sweet Smoky Joe's Creole Kick. After I do that, I'm going to take my knife, cut little slits in it. We're going to help tenderize it. You don't have to make really big slits, just enough to get some air, or, you know, so that it can steam really good. Okay? Now that we have those in there, we're going to go on top with the garlic and onion powder. That first one was onion, and this one is garlic. Alright, and we are going to top that off with some liquid smoke, and this is the mesquite flavor. I like it like this because I can't go outside and cook on the grill, so I use that. I'm gonna grab me a fork to help turn this over. And this is why I chose to do the bottom first, so that all the seasonings that I put on there won't stay in the bottom of my pan. Alright, let's go backwards with the mesquite flavor. Alright. Then we're going to go in with the onion and garlic powder. These are going to be so good and tender. Alright, that's the onion powder. I'm going back in with the Creole Kick. That's how we're going to do that. Back in with Tony's. Tony's be doing this thing, you hear me? After we have added all of our seasonings on there, we're going to add in some smoked paprika, just to give it a nice little color. If you don't care for smoked paprika, don't use it, guys. All right. After adding the smoked paprika, we're going to go in with some parsley flakes. Let's go on top with those. That's just for color. It doesn't have flavor at all. The next thing we're going to do is add the olive oil on top. Okay. Now for our onions. I'm gonna put them on top like so. Let's get some extra flavor around this thing. And guess what, you guys? I'm not gonna put any liquids at all on these ribs. All right. Now that we have her wrapped with aluminum foil, we're going to stick her in the oven at 400 degrees for about an hour, and then we'll be back to take that out. In the meantime, I'm going to get started on my rice and my sweet peas. All right, you guys, we are going to get started on our seasoned yellow rice. I have here my pot that I'm going to add some grapeseed oil in. All right, we're going to shoot her in there like so. Afterwards, we're going to throw in some chopped onions. All right. Let's throw in those chopped onions. Just like that. They'll come up to temp. After we put those in there, we're going to get our spoon, stir those up. Let's get those onions to cooking. Alright, we are going to go in with a shortcut, you guys. We have some dehydrated bell peppers, the red and green ones. We're going to add some in our pot along with our onions. I find these to be very convenient when you don't have the fresh ones at home, or if you can't get out to go get them yourself. Alright, so that's how it's looking in the inside of my pot. We're going to stir those up with our onions. The next thing we're going to do is bump our heat up just a little bit. Oh, we got a little piece of onion right there. And if you guys can see, I have my rice here on a plate. I have already washed it and got it ready to go in my pan. Excuse me, I'm tongue-tied like crazy today. But we're gonna get through this. Alright, we're gonna stir, stir, stir. And you guys, if you hear someone next to me, that's my adorable little nephew. He is sitting on the countertops watching Auntie cook, right? Yeah. All right. Let's bump that up just a bit more. For some reason, it's taking a minute for my burner to heat up like I want it. Oh yeah. We are cooking with gas now. Now that we have our burner up to where we are cooking, instead of just sitting there, we're going to add in our white rice. Okay? Let's throw those babies in there like so. And you guys, that's a lot of rice, I know. I have a family of 5. Alright, we are going to stir the rice around with our bell peppers and onions. Look at that. That's looking amazing. You guys are going to see rice flying everywhere. That's because it's popping in the pan. And that's exactly what I wanted to do. Now that I have my rice toasted the way I want to, I am going to be adding some chicken broth in with my rice. You guys, just for extra flavor, I'll be adding the entire carton. Okay. Gonna stir that in. I'm going to be adding some yellow food coloring, and this is by Badia, that brand. I really love their brand of seasonings. Okay, we are going to make some yellow rice. Put in as much as you like. Let's give that a quick stir. Afterwards, we are going to add in some Maggi chicken base. Okay. It's going with 2 house tablespoons of the Maggi chicken base. Okay. Let's stir that baby in. This rice is going to be so flavorful. You guys will see. Alright, so we're going to add in just a pinch of salt because we are cooking fresh white rice. Okay. Not a huge pinch because our Maggi seasoning, our Maggi base has salt in it as well as the chicken broth. So I'm only going to add just a pinch of salt. Put the lid on this until it cooks completely. Now it's time to work on our sweet peas. Now it's time to prep for our green beans. You guys, I like to use the Le Sueur very young small sweet peas because I think they're very, to me they're very good. The ones from the store brand, nothing compares to those. Okay, I was raised up on those and they're very good. We are going to use 2 slices of the peppered bacon steak. Let's give them a couple slices. I always cook my veggies with bacon just for the extra added flavor that it gives. You don't have to cut them up really small like I did, but I just wanted them like that so that I could have more meat in every spoonful. Again, I'm going in with some grapeseed oil. Let's get it down in that pan like so. Yes, I know this is a non-stick pan and the bacon will make its own grease. However, I like to add a little bit of olive oil to it just to help it out. Let's get those popping in there like so. We are going to cook those until they are brown. Not hard, but brown. And then we're going to add in all 3 cans of our sweet peas. Now it's time to go in with our sweet peas. And let me show you guys how well the bacon has cooked. Alright. I don't use the water out of my cans. I think that is nasty. I drain the water and always put in fresh water to my beans or any kind of canned goods that I may use. I never use the water out of my can. a half teaspoon of chicken base. We're going to give that a stir, trying not to mash our green beans. That's going to make like a chicken broth in the bottom of our pan once I add in our water. Let's add in some water like so. You don't need a whole lot. I got it to come up right around the beans. What I want to do next is add in some salt and pepper as well as some sugar. Let's add in our pepper like so. I'm only going to add in just a pinch of salt. Let's add in some onion and garlic powder. Not a whole lot, just a sprinkle. But what I am going to add a lot of is sugar. That's why they call it sweet peas. Yep, that's a lot to some. But you're going to season this thing and have it to your liking, okay? Let's get a good stir. I promise you it's going to be good though. Alright, now that we have that done, the last thing we are going to do is slide in some butter. 1 tablespoon of butter. That's all we need. While I'm here, I'm going to cover my lid, and then we're going to go over to our rice and we're going to fluff it up like so, because guess what? It's done. Alright, let's move you over like so. You guys see the SpaghettiOs my nephew was eating. Alright, we let our water drain back in there. I'm going to sit that down here. I'm going to take a fork and we're going to fluff our rice. That rice looks delicious. Look at that. Zatarain's who? Yeah, okay. We got that in there. Nice and fluffy. It's beautiful, isn't it? Yes. Now what I'm going to do is take me a forkful out of it, put the lid back on, and we're going to wait for our ribs to finish cook. Okay, you guys, we are back. It has been an hour since we put our ribs in, and as you can tell, there is no juice. I wanted to cook all the broth out of the meat. Okay, so I have made some barbecue sauce off camera. I used this and a host of other stuff. Can't give you guys my secret. Alright, this is how she's looking in the bowl. She's quite thick. Okay, we have sort of like a sweet and tangy. We're going to baste our sauce on here like so. Actually, let's pour it on there. Alright, let's pour her on there. And then we'll finish brush her over when we're done. Okay. Let's get some sauce right here. Alright. Now that we have the sauce on there on that side, I'm going to get some tongs and I'm going to flip her over on the opposite side. You guys look at how beautiful that looks. That looks amazing. Oh yes. I can't wait to dig into this. This is a nice simple meal today. You don't have to have a big banging meal every Sunday, as long as everybody's full. After I finish put the sauce on it, I'm gonna stick her back in the oven. Let this sauce get nice and sticky. You guys, this right here is gonna be some finger licking good ribs. Okay. You know that sauce is on point too when it's nice and sticky and you gotta lick it off your finger. That's how you know you got you something real good. All right, we are gonna stick this back in the oven for about 5 minutes, and then we're gonna take it out and baste her again. All right, now it's time to go ahead and slice our ribs. I'm gonna pick her up like so. Rest on the side here. All right. See how easy that is to go through there? That's exactly what we want. All right. I'm not gonna lie to y'all and tell y'all this thing is not hot, because it is. I don't know why I want to slice in that bone so bad. We're not going to do that. Look at that, you guys. We're slicing down into that thing pretty easy. You guys forgive me, I am left-handed, and cutting on these ribs are a bit of a joke to me. Oh yes. No hard work at all, you guys. Look at it. Almost sliding my knife right through it. I think I'm going to leave this one as is. That's a nice hunk of meat on the side. And just to give you a close-up on how it looks in the inside, there you guys go. Look at that. Let's go ahead and put her on a plate like that. These are going to be so good. Look at that. Squeeze into it. These are nice, baby. These are nice. All right. Let's go ahead and chop down into this one. Look at that. That nice rack of baby back ribs sliced up. Let's get that money shot in, you guys. That's how we're gonna do that right there. Yes, 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 yes. Amazing. Last thing we're gonna do to these ribs is dress her up with some fancy food grass, girl. Let's dress her up. Look at that, look at that. You know we gotta make it rain. Alright, you guys, here we have it. We have some baby back ribs, some sweet peas, and some seasoned yellow rice. Let's plate this baby up. You guys, here's the final look at our meal for today. Some baby back ribs, seasoned yellow rice, and sweet peas. And you guys, I'm going to top it off with a glass of lemon sweet tea. If you like what I've done, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Also share. That's how we get noticed over here. Until next time, we'll see you soon. Bye!